Welcome to today's lecture, and today we are looking at Introduction to Mobile Programming as a course, and we are looking at Android application development. This is lecture 1, and I'm Professor Barasa Joel, taking you through this course. To start with, we have to understand what is Android. And 2, we also have to know what devices are running Android operating system. We have the key aspect of applications or softwares that run hardwares. A very good example is the Windows operating system, which operates on PCs, that's personal computers. We have Mac OS, which runs the Apple hardwares. We have iOS, which is an operating system for Apple that runs on small devices such as the iPhones and iOS platform small devices such as smartwatches and so on. Now, we have under Android or under small mobile devices such as smartphones and tablets, they run what is called an Android. An Android is a Linux-based operating system that is used for mobile devices such as smartphones and tablet computers. They were developed by the Open Handset Alliance, which is led by Google and other companies incorporated on them. So when you are talking about Android, you're talking something that was developed by Google company with the main aim is to ensure that mobile devices or small handheld devices are able to run and perform their tasks, to enable the users interact with the hardware of such smaller components. So in our today's class, we have understood what is Android and the type of platforms that this Android operating system works on them. In my translated document, it is very familiar and is very easy for you to be able to translate and read as per your language if you have the problem and challenges with understanding the pure English. As EMCI Hubtech Technology College, we intend to make education very practical and very attractive and flexible to all the clients. You being one of them, I have to respect the language barrier and ensure that you are able to get all the content that you wish at the language that you are much familiar with and easy to translate and understand better. So this is the translation that I have given to you about Android development. Now, based on that, we are going to look at what are called Android offers. So Android provides or offers a unified approach to application development for mobile devices, which means developers need only develop for Android and their application should be able to run on different devices powered by Android. The first beta version of this Android software development kit, which is called SDK, was released by Google in 2007, where the first commercial version, Android 1.0, was released in September 2008. When it comes to June 27, 2012, the Google Input-Output Conference announced the next Android version, which was 4.1 Jelly Bean, which was an incremental update with the primary aim of improving the user interfaces, what is called the UI and the UX, both in terms of functionality and performance. The source code for Android is available under free and open source software licenses, which you can easily download them from the site without incurring any cost. Why should we use Android? We use Android because, one, it is an open source software. Number two, it is being used by larger developers and community reach in the entire world. Number three is it has an increased marketing, since almost every device today is smart, and therefore they all run Android, apart from the iPhone or the Mac OS systems, which are being led by Steve Jobs, the Apple company. But all others run Android, whether you're using Windows or any other platform, still they run Android operating system. It has what is called an inter-app integration, meaning that you can integrate several platforms to it and still the system runs. And it can also synchronize data from all those other applications to ensure that you meet all the demands and the requisites that you need. It has a reduced cost of development. Since it is an open source, there is no cost incurred unless when uploaded to Google Play Store, where you are charged the money for uploading your app, just for commercial purposes, because so that you will be paid tomorrow. Every time your application is being downloaded, then Google has to pay you for that. Higher success ratio in terms of its design and the usability friendly. It has what is called rich development environment, which is very flexible to all other development platforms. It's rich of features that support more development. So that takes us to the next session, which is features of Android. What are these powerful operating systems competing with Apple 4Gs and supports greater features? What are these features that the Android development or Android platform contain? Number one is the beautiful UI, the user interface. It has a beautiful user interface. Android, being an operating system, has a basic screen that provides a beautiful and intuitive user interface. When you have your Android phone, you always enjoy the themes, the wallpapers, the designs, and how the apps behave and arrange themselves. All that's about a beautiful user interface used to design and develop them. Now, Linda, Another feature that Android has is what is called connectivity. It supports the GSM, the Wi-Fi, the Bluetooth, the WiMAX, the CDMA, the IDEN, the IVDU, the UMTS, the LTEs, and the NFCs. All this supports wider connectivity to different platforms and different devices connected to them. Others helps you to connect to all kinds of networks and internet to allow you surf all the resources that you wish to have online. Number 3 is what is called storage. It has what is called the SQLite, or sometimes the real-time databases that are provided by Google under what is called Firebase. It's a lightweight relational database that is used for data storage purposes. It has what is called a media support, which means that you can streamline, you can play, you can listen to different, you can browse, you can expand different kind of media devices or gadgets or files, such as the images, the MP4 music, which is the video music, the audio music, the GIF, and all other form of medias that you wish to have, or the graphics. Messaging, it supports SMS and multimedia short messages, what are called MMS, or multimedia services. You always have your smartphone, and you always send messages to one another. You receive notifications all the time from your platforms. That means that your system supports messaging services. We have what's called the web browser. It's based on the open source WebKit layout engine that completes the Chrome's, the V8 JavaScript engine supporting the HTMLs and CSS platforms and running devices. You might be accessing websites and so on. So whenever you have a browser in your phone, you can be able to access different platforms and different things being translated into HTMLs and CSS. We have what's called the multi-touch. Android has native support for multi-touch, which has initially made available in handsets such as HTC Hero, which means that you can be able to touch your screen other than the old versions of phones, which were just button connected or button-based control. Nowadays, you can just touch the screens and you move on. All that is due to the power of Android. It has a multitasking. User can jump from one task to another, meaning that you can run different applications at the same time. You can be seeing the messages at the same time you are in WhatsApp. So there are so many things that you can do. You might even click or move a link from WhatsApp to any other app that you have in your phone that you want to open, such as the links. You can open them from the browsers, just from the tab of your messaging app, or your email, or your WhatsApp platform, or Telegram. Resizable widgets, meaning that it resizes, weights are resizable. So users can expand them to show more content or shrink them to save space. Sometimes you have images, you tend to expand them by zooming them up so that you can be able to see a lot of content that you want to see. All that is the power of Android. You can zoom up, you can zoom in, you can zoom smaller, you can design the shape that you really want your app to look like, or what you are trying to view to look like. Especially when you are viewing the document, you can be able to zoom it up and see it very well if you have the eye problems like me. Multi-language. It supports the single direction and bidirectional text. The GSCM means Google Cloud Messaging, which is a service that lets developers to send short messages data to their users on Android devices without meeting a proprietary synchronized solution. Wi-Fi Direct is a technology that lets apps discover and pair directly over a high bandwidth of peer-to-peer connection, because under networks, we have two main types of network, the peer-to-peer and the client-server networks. So when talking about the Wi-Fi Direct, it supports the peer-to-peer, whereby you can connect different devices to one device with just direct connection by the tap of a thumb. We have what's called the Android Beam, which is a popular NFS or NFC-based technology that lets users instantly share just by touching two NFC-enabled phones together. This mostly happens to very big tablets and other smartphones that we have today. Next, we are going to look at Android applications. What are these Android applications? They are usually developed in Java language using the Android Software Development Kit. Once developed, Android applications can be packaged easily and sold out either through a store such as Google Play, that you always go and download your applications in your smartphone, Slide Me if you are using the iPhones, Opera Mobile Store, Mobango, F-Droid, and Amazon App Store. All these platforms can enable you access all the apps that you wish to have. Android powers hundreds of millions of mobile devices in more than 190 countries today around the world. It's the largest installed base of any mobile platform and growing fast. Every day, more than 1 million new Android devices are activated worldwide. This lecture has been written with an aim to teach you how to develop and package Android application. We will start from the environment setup for Android application programming, and then drill down to look into various aspects of Android development. Now, let's get started on setting up the environment for us to start working on our Android application. But before that, let's look at what are called categories of Android applications. There are many Android applications in the market, but majority of them have to be accessed in terms of categories. If you are searching for an app, you need to know the category where it lies. One of the category is music. You can have iTunes, you can have Ndundo.com apps, you can have Spotify apps, you can have Boomplays. All those applications are in music. News, you can download applications such as the Microsoft Edge, Yahoo, you can have any other Google platforms just dealing with news. CNN apps, Citizen apps, and so on. The Nation Media apps, because they are basically for news. Multimedia, in case you want to play music, watch videos such as Netflix, such as Showmax, and so on. You find them under multimedia. Sports, things like BBC Sports, things like Super Sports, things like all the applications that deal with sports, Sky Sports, and so on. You find them under sports. Lifestyle is about how do you live your life. If you want just to know about your lifestyle, how to live a proper life, how to access different types of life that you wish to have, you download the lifestyle apps and be able to see what happens. The food and drinks, travel, weather, books, business, preferences, navigations, social media, utilities, and finance. All these categories will lead you to very good applications that you wish. All the applications in the world have been categorized into these top categories. History of Android, can talk about them just in a while, just to know that how it evolved. Up to today, we are using the Marshmallow and other platforms. You will see this when you have the Android application installed inside your phone, inside your PC, so that when we are going to start about developing the applications, you'll be able to see all these that we are talking about, all these platforms. So I have started my Android Studio so as to demonstrate on these areas. But what is API levels? When talking about API levels, we are talking about an integer value that uniquely identifies the frameworks, API revisions offered by the version of the platform that you are developing the system at. We talk about APIs being a platform that will uniquely identify your application and be able to make it run in different areas. You can have your app that only supports maybe 70% of the devices. Like you can have like WhatsApp. WhatsApp is an application that cannot run in the old version of smartphones, but it can run in the current versions of for smartphones. Recently, Mark Zuckerberg, who is the owner of Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, announced that there are some phones that he is going to shut down from accessing WhatsApp app because they send a lot of junk and a lot of malicious because of their security aspect. So that means that people have to upgrade their phones from the older versions to the current versions of Android so as to support the WhatsApp app, Instagram, and Facebook platform. So all that is based on the APIs being used. So here in this table, I've demonstrated the type of platforms that you can run your applications and the version of the API levels they run. We have the version called Marshmallow, Lollipop, Lollipop, KitKat Watch, KitKat, Jelly Bean, and so on, which have the platform versions 6.0, 5.1, 5.0. You can look at your smartphone version, go to the application, look at settings, go to about your phone. You'll be able to see the version of your phone. Is it Android 9.0, Android 7 point something, Android 8.1, Android what? So all that is based on the API that it was used to design it. So that helps to support the idea. Like now, this is the application used to develop and run the Android applications. Look at and be able to download and install in your PC, that is your laptop. So that's why I say that ensure that you have enough internet and you have a good laptop with you, so that almost the entire work is going to be practical. And we cannot be able to achieve that if you are not, or if you don't have a very nice laptop and a very strong internet with you. The course is purely practical and some bits of explanation. So, like this is an application of an app to calculate some bandwidth and age of somebody, and also be able to identify whether you are having some obesity or your sugar levels are low or very high. And this is the application. You can run it. But what we mean by what I said about the Android versions and the environment histories, you can start a file, then you go to new project here. Once you click here, it's going to take us to start. Nowadays, you can develop a phone and a tablet application. We have smart TVs, which are using some Android versions. So they also have Android TV. So if you want to run or to develop an app that is running on smart TVs, then you select Android TV. We have the best applications today that are running inside this, what are called AI or artificial intelligence enabled cars. We have vehicles today. Almost all the cars today run Android. That's why they are called smart, or they are called automatic type of cars. Sometimes they are electrified, and majority of them also run automotive platforms. They have musics, they have radios, they have GPRS, which are running Android. So we develop an automotive kind of a system. But let's say that you are going to start a phone or a tablet app. So you need to select the platform, select empty activity, then you go next. Here, you select what are called the minimum SDK, what we had talked about when we explained about this platform here, these app APIs. So this Android 6.0 API level 23 are the ones that you are seeing here. When you click under this section here, minimum SDK here, you can see API 23, Android 6.0 Marshmallow. And when you come to our notes here that I have given you here, you can see Android 6.0 has the API level 23 and it's called Marshmallow. And that is what you have here. So what happens? Your app will run on approximately 94.1% of the devices, meaning that Android 6.0 is being supported by majority of the smartphones that people have today. So if you develop your app using this Android version, then it is automatically that it's going to be supported by majority of the devices that are there today, because majority of them are Android 6.0 and beyond, 6.1, 6.8, 7.0, 8 point something. Up to now, yours is maybe 9 point something or 10 point something. Can you check your mobile phone and tell me the Android version that is running, so that we can know that you are understanding what I'm saying? So can you check first, what is the Android version of your phone? Are we together, Linda? Hello, Linda.
Yes.
Yes, can you check your Android version and tell me?
It Android 11.
Android 11. So you can see that even if you want that one, you can be able to pick from here. So it's running API 30. That's Android 11. And it's the current R. You see that? Yeah. So it's the current Android version that is there. So you'll find that the hardware go hand in hand with the applications that are being developed. So if at all that today we develop an Android app of API 30, which is Android 11, then it can only support phones that are running Android version 11. If you install that app to a phone that is running below Android 11, then the application will not run. Instead, it might crash or it might not be installed. So you need to be able to develop or to be able to know the versions of the platforms that we are running in order for you to know the kind of Android version of the app that you're going to develop. So you develop the app based on the number of devices that you wish them to support. Okay? Yes. So I hope now that you have understood all this section that now you wanted. So I'm going to close it so that we get back to the lecture content and proceed. Now from there, we know that now we are together. Now, next section is, and you can see here, we've talked about all these Android versions up to the last one here. Next is, we can look at Android environment setup. How do we set up our Android? So we have different platforms that support Android development. We have Eclipse, we have IntelliJ IDEs, we have Android NDK, we have Titanium, and so on. So we have what is called the JDK5 or later versions. So you need to download and install what are called JDK. So you look at Java JDK. So you go to the internet and then search for Java JDK. And please, you can get version 7.0 and then click download. So once it comes like this, you'll be taken to where you can be able to download it. So you download them from what is called Oracle platform, whereby you'll be required. So you look for what is called, look at here, you find a section called Java SE Development Kit, and you look at the JDK, look at the platform that you are running. If you're using Linux, then you download for Linux. If you are using Mac OS, then you download for Mac OS. If you are downloading for, if you are running Windows, then you also have to know about your Windows version. Like you can check your Windows version from here. You click this PC, you check on the properties. Then after looking at the properties, then you can look at it whether it is 32-bit or 64. So give it a moment, it opens. Now it has opened. Here you can be able to see here saying system type under device specifications, system type 64-bit operating system. So that is what you are going to download from your system. So you look at Windows 64 times 64. Then you look at the size is 140 size, file size. Then you look at jdk.exe. Okay. So you click this section here, You click it like that. Then it will open here that says that review. So you have to, I reviewed and accept. Then you click download. Okay. You have to check this
Mm-hmm.
box here first. Then click download. So when you
Okay.
click download, automatically it will take you to its site for you to log in. So you have to create the account. If you have not registered, create account. After creating the account, you activate it in your email. Then use the credentials that you have used to create your account to use it here as your username and the password. Then you'll sign in or you log in. After logging in, the download will start automatically. There are more advantages for you to create account with this Oracle platform because we also have Oracle Cloud or Oracle database platforms, because Oracle is also one of the best companies today in the world that are very rich. I think it is number 3. It's the top 5 richest companies because all databases in the world are owned by Oracle. And you can see Oracle is being supports the Android version for development of Java Development Kit and NetBeans for development of desktop applications and other platforms such as the server and so on. So you need to do that. Go to create the account, sign up, and then you log into the account. Once you log into the account, the download will start automatically. So kindly do that process by today and ensure that you have downloaded all the JDK that I've said. After downloading it, then you need to install it. After installing it, ensure that you don't change the path. And with that process, then I'll send you a guide video that will direct you to the whole process for you to be able to complete with that process. So ensure that you download and install the JDK into your laptop. The next thing that I want you to download is what is called Android. So go to the internet, search for Android, then download. Then you click download like that. So this will open. So you need to click this developers Android SDK tool and be able to click that. Once you are here, then you can click download options, download Android Studio based on the mobile phone that or the version of your computer. If it is 64, then you download the 64-bit. If it is 32, then you download the 32-bit. So you can look at download options or click here, download Android Studio direct. So from here, it will take you to the licensing section. Say, I have read and understood. Then you click download Android for Windows and you proceed to the download platform. So with me, I've already downloaded it. So I'm not going to download it. Instead, I'm going to cut it short and I'm going to dismiss this one. Also, then in case of any other thing, the current type of Android support what are called Kotlin and games development. That's why nowadays you see a lot of games, people within the platforms and so on. So you can go to Android Studio. You can even go to download options so that you find the one for Mac, the one for Linux, the one for Chrome if you are running the Chrome OS, so that you download for this one only. You can download different types. can also download the Google Maven dependencies, but that one you don't need it right now. First of all, download what I need. They also have the command prompt or the command platform, command line tools such as this. The Mac for Windows, it's this command line tools for Windows latest zip. But just go to download Android Studio downloads. Then you look at the Windows version that you are running. Then you click that download.exe version. Download it and make it available to your desktop. Then I'll send you the video that you'll have to follow it and install that Android application. So after that, then in the next lesson, we shall now look at now how to configure it, and then with what is called the JDK that you have installed, so that they don't crash or it doesn't refuse to run your applications, because the two have to be integrated together. So I'll guide you on how to integrate them in the next session. So I think that now, from now, you'll be able to access all the links and be able to follow them and do the downloads as per my directives that I have said. So one of the links is there. I've sent to you your WhatsApp. The one for your Oracle is also here. Let me send it to you here in WhatsApp. I'm going also to get here if you are to create the account. So it's there to send it to you like that. So follow the steps and create the accounts, then download those ones. So I have said you download JDK. So download JDK version 7.0 and above. And that is 1. 2, you download Android Studio based on your PC system, either 64-bit or 32-bit stroke.
My computer is 64.
Yes, okay. Version. So you download those two, so that after configuring them, after downloading them, now I know that it will take you time to download them. Then after that, now we can now do the installation in the next class. Are we together?
Okay, we are together.
Yes. So I think having looked at that, then we can setting up the Java development kit is what we shall do next. And then Android IDEs, we have said we have Android Studio, Eclipse, and other platforms, but the main one that we have to use is Android Studio. Eclipse, I know it will disturb you a lot, of which I don't need. This one is the most and widely used for advanced developers. Yeah, unless you are a junior developer, that's when you use this one. Next, we shall look at the Android architecture, so that we see what are the libraries or components that make up an Android. An Android has applications, it has application frameworks, it has what are called libraries, and it has what are called Linux kernel. and that is the main thing. So under libraries, I've explained what are there and all that is there. So I think Android runtimes and so on, we shall look at it in the next class, and then in a very detailed way. But all these are simple things that you can be able to read so that you reach the end of today's lecture. So I hope that in the next class, we shall be able now to be together after you've installed all the application that I've said, and then we shall now complete with the first practical. After that first practical, then we shall now move to the next practical, which is now configuration of the Android applications. So that now we start setting up and running our first Android application app demo, so that you are able to know and also interact with the platform of the Android Studio. So have a nice time, and sorry for delays for you to start your classes based on what happened to my company's website, but we are hoping soon to get back running within the platform. But all your classes will be interactive with me through this Zoom session for practicals and everything that you wish. I hope that it's more interactive with you and very friendly to you, unless you have other options to tell me.
No, that is okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for today.
Oh,
When again?
oh. I think another class we might have even tomorrow. I'll let you know, but not tomorrow. Maybe Wednesday.
Mm,
Yeah, Wednesday. I'll let you know, or even late afternoons, late evenings. Yeah,
okay, no problem.
I'll be notifying you at what time.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
So you go through the content that I've sent you and do the practicals that I've said. Have a nice day. Uh,
Thank
now,
you.
when are you intending to send the other amount? Because you know very well that you are to pay the first installment of 10,000
Mm,
that you sent me on
uh,
mm,
I can send it Friday.
on Friday.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm,
So we shall proceed from there.
thank you.
I believe that I've even translated the document to you, and you are now good in French language, right?
Yes, I'm good.
It's okay. So you
It's
enjoy your
okay.
time.
Thank you.
Okay,
You too.
welcome.